What's up, folks? Welcome to episode of what I'm playing today. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 2022 for the PS5. I'll be honest with you, I'm a little pissed right now. I was pissed in the last episode I was pissed a second ago because I was talking all about the ills of this game and its development cycle. The fact that we were originally promised an expansion for this game. This game that actually has incredible gunplay. In the fall, instead of like a whole new Call of Duty for like the annual release cycle, because Sledgehammer screwed up last year and rushed their game out, and that screwed up. Well, had to delay their game, and that screwed up Black Ops Cold War, which actually I really like that game. Neither here nor there, though. It threw off the development cycle, so we're going to stick with this game for 2 years. We're going to get a bunch of content. It's going to be a whole grand old time. Apparently, Sledgehammer's getting, a rumor has it, Sledgehammer's getting a full game, which I'm like, that's kind of sucky because I don't mess with Sledgehammer. Like, Sledgehammer's low-key trash. Like, I've never enjoyed any of their games, which is disappointing. So I was going to talk about all that, but actually I'm going to talk about how my Mac, for whatever reason, decided to just shut down. Like, it just restarted. I'm looking at the power cord. I'm not actually sure why. I'm very glad that it didn't do that like an hour ago, because I was editing like a freaking documentary thing that I'm working on. Like, it's like literally like months of footage, and I would have been right pissed if I lost that junk. Oops. And it's disappointing too, because I actually was rolling in the last episode. I was killing. Like, my quick scopes are hard. My quick scopes are so hard, like, it's not even funny. Like, I'm actually good at this game now. So crazy. Like, what? You saw me. I hit him. Me pickney them. It just makes me think of Bushmaster. Look at my quickscopes. Is that a quickscope? That's basically a quickscope. All them children, me pickney them. Well, doesn't that mean the same thing? I guess. Ooh. So yeah, I'm a little disappointed in Activision. I mean, everyone's disappointed in Activision. I'm a little disappointed in Call of Duty. A little disappointed in Infinity Ward, mostly because Season 2 is coming around the corner. Should be coming around the corner when she comes. And Season 2 has, like, no new content for multiplayer. It's like hardcore's coming back, replacing Tier 1, because I guess Tier 1 sucked. And we're getting the beta map, Museum, because I guess the Getty Museum is okay with people getting shot in their museum now. Like, I think that, isn't that why they didn't want them to do that before? Because, like, the museum looked too much like the museum, and it was like, oh, we can't have people getting shot at the Getty. That's weird. That's bad. I'm assuming that's why that happened. But now, I guess they're bringing the map back for whatever reason. It's okay, and they're also bringing back Dome, which is not Dome from Vanguard. It's Radar from Vanguard, which is not Dome from Vanguard, but Radar is a remake of Dome from World at War, Call of Duty 3 World at War, I think it is, which is just, it's really misleading and confusing. But I never played World at War, but apparently the map Dome was then remastered into Radar in Vanguard, but then Vanguard had its own Dome, which was like a small, like almost Newtown like map, like really small, compact. Oh, I hit him. I don't know. Just bring back Rust. Like, just bring back Rust. Rust is so good. Like, Rust is so good. And like, I get it. We're probably, like, everyone's tired of Rust. But the first time I played Rust was in Modern Warfare 1. So it's like, at this point, like, I get it. You gotta drip feed content to get people to continue to play your game. But at this point, just like, literally just put Modern Warfare in this game, and we're good. Like, bring back, I want Piccadilly back. I want Piccadilly Circus. Like, I want that junk. Is it Circus? Is it Circle? I don't know. But I want that junk because I like that map. It was fun. It was fairly hectic. Not fairly hectic. It was really spread out, which was weird. Oh, I couldn't decide. That's the worst when you can't decide who to shoot, so you shoot at nobody, and that just kind of screws up your whole game. Let's go. Voice crack fail. Let's go. I'm sorry, I was checking my Instagram messages. I'm working on a thing, and I'm behind the scenes. I'm doing some things. I think that was a fairly good showing of my SPR skills. We're going to go with the other gun I used in the last, well, the failed recording, the Vaznev 9K. We'll try this with the Hound's Tooth. That's pretty nifty. Letter opener, the damn blade. We'll go with that because it looks kind of cool. I like how you can equip 2 of these. That's kind of nice. Why does he look like he's on Mars? That's what I don't understand. Like the inflatable decoy and the little screen, it looks like he's on Mars. It's just kind of interesting. But yeah, I'm just kind of like out of sorts because I had a whole thing about Activision last time. Activision sucks. Call of Duty sucks. I'm trying. Like I really want to like this game, but it's just I don't like how all these games. That's what I was talking about. How all these games have gone. Not just these games, but just games in general. Online games have gone down, and even single player games. They all have battle passes, and they all have like drip feed content. And I get it; it's to increase engagement, but it's disappointing because when that model doesn't actually work, the game is doomed to failure. Case in point, what's the game? Knockout City. Knockout City is actually an incredibly innovative game, and it's something that is a lot of just kind of easy fun to have, but it's disappointing because the game is shutting down in June because the content drip didn't work. Not enough people played the game, and they basically have to admit that, hey, we didn't get enough whales to support our game, so here we are, you know, basically having to shut down. When in fact, well, granted, the game didn't start out as a free-to-play game, but it quickly went free-to-play. It ended up on PS Plus. It ended up on Xbox Game Pass, or I guess it ended up on PS Plus first, because that's where I first played it. Like, it was a PS Plus monthly game, and then it went to like Game Pass, part of like the EA Play, and I think Epic like bought it or something. It was weird because it went from like me signing in with an EA account, then it kicked me out, then I had to make like an Epic account. But ultimately, it's the game. It's not going to exist because not enough people bought cosmetics, and realistically, I don't know how. Like, I've never played Genshin Impact, for example, but like that game seems to do okay. But it also has a completely different market, like demographically, that I think is perhaps okay with those types of transactions, whereas like Western gamers might not be as big into like the collectibles, like gacha mechanics. That like gacha games are a thing in Japan and I guess Asian countries in general. So I'm sure like that translates better. The games as a service translates better in like those types of games. But like a game like Knockout City, it's like realistically the cosmetics do nothing. And who's like out here trying to flex on Knockout City? Like, can we just have a fun game? Like, I would gladly pay $70 for Knockout City. Granted, the problem is $70 for a lot of people is a huge investment. And that's not to make me sound like I'm super rich or anything, but it's just like, for me, I know what my expenses are in life, and I make a point of prioritizing buying video games over other things. Like, I wear the same like 4 pairs of clothes to work every day because I don't care what I look like. I like playing video games, so I put more of my disposable income into that than into other stuff, and that's fine. But $70 is a lot for a game. But the fact that now every game is $70 and they might not be warranted, that causes a problem. Because then people start buying games and they're bad, and then they're not getting their return on investment. It's hard, the freaking game flops. But then on top of that, you have You could drop the price, but then I guess the game developers don't make enough money, and it becomes just as the same problem of like not being able to manage upkeep, and I don't know. It seems like we're in a tough time for games where everyone's making games. There's a lot of stuff coming out, but it's only like certain games that can really make it work. Like I think back to Returnal. Returnal was one of those games that like it was like a AAA game from a studio that has a pedigree, but it was a new type of game for them, and it paid off. Like the game came out, people sung its praises, and it is like a very popular game. I don't know what that means for sales numbers, because it's not going to do Grand Theft Auto numbers, it's not going to do Call of Duty numbers, but I'm sure it did well enough. I'm gonna have to look into that though, because I could be completely wrong, and maybe it's a financial flop. But like, what is considered a good game? Because now that's the other thing. Like game development, it's no longer 4 dudes in a basement in freaking Steve Jobs' garage. It's freaking multi-million-dollar affairs, and it's like if you can't recoup that money off of $70 game sales, it's like, should you even be making a game? I don't know. It's like if you become like a freaking photographer or something, you buy all the gear, you go into debt, you buy $5,000 camera, a couple $3,000 lenses, you're like a couple tens of say $10,000 in debt, and then you can't get a photography job. And it's like, is it worth it? Should you have done something that was within your means? I don't know. It's up to every photographer, or in this case game developer, to determine that, and that's fine. But basically what's happening is all these developers are passing their risk onto the consumers, which makes for an angrier consumer base, angrier fan base, a less forgiving fan base, and that doesn't help anybody, because then you have people who don't support your games, and then your game flops, and then you have to shut your game down, and it's just nobody's having any fun. So I don't know. I just wish that games as a service would die. I wish that we could just go back to buying games outright, or as I said in the failed recording, even just having a battle pass. Like, and I hate a season pass is almost preferable. Battle passes I don't like, because battle passes, that's an engagement tactic. It's the season pass, but if the season pass was made of heroin. Like, we're trying to drip feed you content. It's freaking morphine in video game form, where you have to, you buy a battle pass, you buy a pass, but in order to get anything out of the pass, you have to play the game. That doesn't work, because I do other stuff, and if I'm doing other stuff and I have to commit X, Y, or Z amount of time, X amount of time to not X, Y, Z. If I have to commit X amount of time to your game to enjoy the thing that I already have paid for, that doesn't fly with me. That's not okay. So it's sad, but I'm like, I almost wish we could go back to when we had season passes, because at least those were a guarantee. Like Call of Duty Black Ops 3, that game, it was a guarantee that you were getting 4 new maps, I guess, each season or each wave or however they did, I forget. But I remember, like, I have episodes on my channel of that, because it was like, oh, we're getting 4 new maps. Splash, we're getting freaking that other map, we're getting that other map, the one that has the freaking the city, and it's like the rain. We got the cryo freeze one. Like, we're getting 4 maps right now, and we're gonna play all of them. Like, that's exciting. Not, oh, well, I got a battle pass and the character's locked behind level 55, and so now I have to grind. Like, that's disappointing. With respect to Overwatch, it's kind of funny, because that's one, because I love the gameplay so much and I enjoy the game, I don't mind buying the battle pass for $10 each season, but I'm only doing it if there's a character release. If there's no character release, there's no reason to buy the battle pass, because I don't care about the cosmetics. I'm not going to go out of my way to buy a battle pass, then to have to grind for cosmetics, because I just want to play Overwatch. I'll get the battle pass, basically pay $10 to get a character ahead of time. That's what I'll do, but that's the extent of it. And it's only for Overwatch. I used to play this game. I might have said it in this episode, or I might have said it in the field recording, but I used to play this game, and it was the kind of game where I could play for, like, I could stay up on the weekend and irresponsibly play until like 2, 3 in the morning, just because it was that fun. And the gameplay is still that fun, but it's starting to get stale, because there's no new maps, there's no new modes, like for multiplayer. Like, can I get 10v10? Can I get 12v12? Like, there's none of that. It's all trying to push you to ground wars, trying to push you to, which admittedly, ground wars not too bad, I think. Ground wars actually not terrible. Because isn't it, it's basically, is that the one where it's like, team deathmatch and hard, or domination combined on like the big maps? I think that's what it is. Maybe we'll do one of those episodes eventually. I'll do that for the next time I play this game. But like, it's trying to push you to freaking DMZ, which I don't even know what that is. That demilitarized zone? Like, I think that's what it stands for. I don't know what the game mode is. And it's trying to push you to Warzone. Like, I don't care about any of those things. I like playing Call of Duty, as you know. The whole reason I play Call of Duty is because of the fast action. It's just constant engagements. Multiplayer is just constant engagements. You shoot, you die, you start over. You shoot, you die, you start over. Like, it's not... It's like Sonic. It's like the Sonic of first-person shooters. It's such a quick, fast-paced game that I can't help but enjoy playing it. But battle passes are killing Call of Duty. Season passes are killing Call of Duty. Free-to-play or games of service are killing fun in video games, and I don't like it. So there's my rant on games of the service. That's probably going to do it for this episode of what I'm playing. Next time we're going to come back, probably play a classic game from my collection. I got a new friggin' shelf. If I remember, I'm not going to put it in. I had to do it last time. It was just fine. I don't want to do this. Okay, maybe I'll do it. I got a new shelf for my Nintendo systems. It's a little crappy shelf. I put it together backwards. It looks amateurish, but it's mine. But that's going to do it for this episode of what I'm playing. Next time we'll come back, probably play some what's it called? Ground War? Can I get some info on this yet? They don't tell you nothing about it. They just go into it. But that's going to do it. As always, thanks for watching. I will see you in the next one. Have a great day.